Double Trouble with Tammy Roman on Lifetime. It's one of those movies, like a single white female type movies, where it's two people, they happen to be twins, and one is obviously jealous of the other. Same story that, we done heard over and over again. It was honestly better than I thought it would be. I thought all the acting was pretty good. I thought the story flowed pretty well. Obviously, I feel like what the ending is going to be. Spoiler. Obviously, the ending going to be one, the people get unalived, and then the person taking over the person's life, and then the people don't know it. Like, that's going to be the ending. Like, or sometimes you can go the other route, and then the other person, the bad person is a bad quote unquote person, is the one to get unalived. But most of the time, it's like you want to leave on is this really this person? So overall, I thought it was good. The only thing at the beginning, we saw, I'm going to say the bad sister and the good sister, that's how I'm going to say the difference. We saw one of the sisters unalive her ex-husband because he left her because she couldn't have kids. And, she kept having miscarriages and stuff. So he left her. And then now he was with his new partner. I don't know if they were married or they were just together. His new partner, she was pregnant, they were happy, so he went outside to check something, and then one of the sisters stabbed him. They both were together on like a cooking show. The good sister is very liked, and they want her to go solo pretty much. But see, she's like, I'm not gonna do anything without my sister. The bad sister goes to this, like, let's say coffee shop, because I don't know what it was, a coffee shop, and she sees this dude that she likes, and the waitress tells her, like, hey, he telling the good stuff about him. And then she finally worked up the courage to go up to him. But by that time she was about to go up to him, he ended up leaving. And then the waitress was like, oh, hey, he comes in here every day at this time, or every whatever Tuesday at this time. I don't know what it was. So she's like, okay. So she came back, and then he wasn't there. He wasn't there that day, which is odd. The waitress was like, it's odd because he's always here. He wasn't there. Kind of find out he is in another coffee shop somewhere else because he went on a business trip, and the good sister is also on the business trip because they didn't want to send the bad sister because she's not liked. So they sent the good sister, although the bad sister wanted to go. So the good sister went, and that's how she ended up meeting the dude. She didn't know that was the guy that the bad sister liked. She just knew that the bad sister liked the guy, but she didn't know who it was. So they ended up meeting and then being together. And then the bad sister ends up coming to meet the guy, and she finds out that the guy is the guy that she wanted and saw. Obviously, that sends her on the spiral, but until both of them are obviously older, right? Both of them were older twins. So it's like she been holding in her being sane all this time. How's she been holding in being sane all this time? Yeah, I ain't never had no conflict in any other situation. And if she don't like her so much, I'm like, why is she so tied to her life? They stayed together too. They didn't have to stay together. They didn't have to work together. Like, she was just tied so much into her life. And then the man was like, how come I tell y'all apart? She was like, well, I have on a necklace, but I don't always wear it. She's like, that's how you can tell them apart. And obviously Tammy played both the parts, so it wasn't no way to tell them apart. Like Mary Kate and Ashley, they played different roles. You can tell them apart. Tia and Tamera, you can tell them apart because they're always playing a role. But maybe because if you plan on unaliving one of them, then I guess you want to choose one person to play it. That's in case you want a part two, because then one sister ain't gonna have a job. But it's like, but I guess you can do flashbacks. I don't know why they do that. They did that with Liz Lohan, and she in Parent Trap when she was a child. I don't know if the other ones, there's other Parent Traps, but I don't know if they were twins or got played by the same person. I don't know. Actually, I think it got played by the same person in the other ones too, but don't quote me. I don't know why they just don't be twins. It seems like it'd be so much easier to film if you just chose actual twins. Like, it would be less work. You wouldn't have to keep shooting multiple scenes because you have to keep shooting with a double. So you can keep doing the camera angle. I don't know. So that means she have to do the scene definitely one time as one sister, and then one time as another sister, and then those multiple takes. So that just seems like a lot. They recently did this on Tubi with Drew Sidora. She was playing twins, but she didn't really have to play it long because it was a good portion of it where they weren't on the same screen at the same time. But it's like, I don't know why they do that. If I was doing a movie with twins, I'm casting extra twins. I am not doing all that extra stuff. But anywho, back to the story. So this sister finds out she's pregnant. And then the dude also wants to marry her, but the sister's like, no, she's not ready for that. She's not really committal like that. She needs more time. So he didn't proposing. But then she tells her sister she's pregnant. Mind you, at the beginning of the movie, the sister had lost her baby for no telling what time that was. We just seen it once, but they made it seem like that was like her umpteen time having like a miscarriage and losing the baby, you know, because they couldn't have kids or whatever. So she found out she was pregnant. And instead of the bad sister being happy, she ended up putting something in her drink when she left to go to the bathroom. Some type of E. coli, I don't know what it was. Some they make her lose a baby, but since she wasn't for long, it made her lose a baby. So she was in the hospital and she was really sad. So while she was really sad in bed, like at bed, she told the dude like she she need time to herself or whatever. Then the boss just said no, give her a lot of time. She didn't say she needed a lot of time, but she just said she needed some time. And then she called him either later on or the next day. The boss is dead and said, hey, they said she ended up coming over, but he thought it was the good sister, but it was really her. So she ended up sleeping with him or whatever. And then the next day, I guess she told the sister that she went over there and he ended up hitting on me and all things. And then the sister obviously believed that's what twin sister. So she really did. So she broke it up with the dude. She was real mad. But then she was really OCD. That's why you got to pay attention to details of the movie. Every time she put a key on the key ring, she turned her name facing so you could see it. But she noticed that the ring was turned the other way, which means the sister took her keys, and the key, her key chain had his key on it. That's how, she went over to the dude house. So if you didn't go to the dude house, why would you need to get your sister keys? So that's how she knew. And then fast forward to she starts staying with the sister starts staying with the boyfriend, and for a minute to get away from her sister. But then their birthday came up, and he had to go to the store or somewhere to get something. So the sister was at his house by herself. Then the bad sister broke in because it was their birthday with a cake, and then tried to kill her with a knife. But the good sister had a gun somehow. It was a gun in the closet. It just happened to be, so she had to put the bullets in the gun. She was only able to put one bullet in the gun. And then, so she told her, hey, put the knife down, I'm gonna shoot you. So the bad sister put the knife down, and the good sister, held the gun. Then she put the gun on the bed. Well, I don't know. Then the bad sister, they were arguing. And then the bad sister got the gun and was about to shoot herself in the head. But then the good sister was like, no. So they start wrestling the gun. Then you hear a gun get let off. And you don't know who shot, but you can assume who shot. You don't know who shot. And then you see your sister on the ground. Then you see, one of the sisters with the necklace. So she looked up at the boyfriend because he came in the house, and he didn't know if it was her or not, but then he seen the necklace. I'm like, that's so stupid. If you know that lady crazy, all she got to do is switch the necklace. Like, that didn't cross your mind. You already thought it was her when you slept with her. So what, you thought it was other sister when you slept with her. So you don't know. You need to figure out something. You need to tell her to get a tattoo or something. Get a tattoo that the sister can't see. So you can know it's her. But yeah, I don't know why they don't do that too. Yeah, get a tattoo. They probably so they probably see each other, get changed up, but get it somewhere that the sister cannot see. Like, it's very hard to notice, or just don't get changed in front of her or whatever. He sees her with the necklace, so he's like, okay, this is my girlfriend. So they fast forward to whatever, a year later or however many later, and then they're off living a happy life. And then they flash back to her, obviously shooting a sister, not on purpose, but on purpose, shooting a sister, then just hurry up and take her necklace off and put it on herself. And then now she's living her sister's life. It's so weird too that twins have the exact same DNA, and it's like, you don't know the difference. I ain't never really seen identical twins. You can usually tell them apart, like all the twins I named, even twins I've known, you can tell them apart. So it's like some slight difference, but like I said, with that, obviously they're the same person playing the character, so it ain't gonna be no difference. she was like, they two, why is they wearing the same hairstyle? Just one was curly, one was straight, and then one had on red lipstick. I can't remember the end. I'm guessing she must have had her everything like her. That's how he knew, because they say she wore the red lipstick, so she came wearing the red lipstick and her curl. No, because she planned on killing her, and she planned on killing her. So obviously that was her plan. Probably all along to take a life, right? So I forgot. Early on, when the boyfriend was talking to the good sister, he told her that he had a brother. First, when he first said that, it was at the beginning. I was like, okay, is he getting revenge for the brother that one of the sisters killed? But I was like, okay, that don't really make no sense, because some stuff like that, that don't make no sense, so that can't be his brother. But then, like, at the end, you see the brother, because he said his brother's in jail, so I was like, that don't make no sense. That can't be him if he was in jail, and he was like, he bad and stuff. Usually, when people say it's the brother and it's actually the brother, they don't usually make up a fake story. They usually just don't tell much more about it. They would just say, I had a brother, but we lost touch. Not that I had a brother and he was in jail. So, okay, it can't be the brother that they unalive at the beginning. So, let me see. So, it's going to be a part 2. Double Trouble 2. If it's still be called Double Trouble, because it's another twin. So, I don't know why he didn't say, why wouldn't he say, I have a twin? That's a very specific detail. You said your brother. Usually people would be like, my twin brother, or you would know it's a twin, or they have some type of pictures in the house, something. I know they are strange, but they had some pictures growing up and then together. Like, that wouldn't have come up at all. The opposites movie, so that's why it didn't come up. So you see the brother at the end looking all mischievous. So, child, the bad sister and the bad brother gonna end up together in the end, because he ended up probably gonna take over the brother life, and then they gonna end up being both bad together. If she would have waited, child, her and the bad brother could have been together, and the good sister and the dear brother could have been together. But another detail that I missed was the good sister is the one that unalived the bad sister's ex-husband, because she didn't want to see her in pain anymore. And then too, it's like her, she found somebody to get married and stuff, so obviously she was able to contain the crazy, or maybe made her less crazy. So obviously she was able to do this. I don't know why she was so jealous of the sister, because the sister, when she met the dude, maybe that's why she spiraled. When she met the dude, she eventually, she ended up getting pregnant. She didn't necessarily want to get pregnant, but she ended up getting pregnant. Then too, if y'all know y'all can't have kids, just because she got pregnant, I mean, she would have kept the baby. So she could have just let that play out, and then she probably would have lost the baby, because obviously you lost the baby. So she probably would have lost the baby too. She was at the beginning. She was months and months and months pregnant at the beginning. It wasn't like she was just a month pregnant. She was like at least 5 months pregnant. 4 or 5 months pregnant, at least. I think she's front along at the beginning, but she was at least 4 or 5 months. So all she had to do was wait. It's like, you so mad you can't even wait. She probably gonna lose the baby anyway. You just have to speed up the process. Yeah, so I'm sure it's gonna be a part 2. There was a part 2 to Single Black Female. So they're gonna do a part 2. Obviously, they have to open the door part 2, and people like Tamera, so they definitely gonna see. And like I said, it wasn't bad. It's the same story that you have seen before, but it wasn't bad. You just see the same story with different actors, which is cool. But this time, I guess it'll be a different spin on it. I feel like I seen another movie where it was 2 sets of twins, but I can't remember at the moment. But yeah, for the most part, it was good. Like I said, the acting was pretty good. I guess they intended to be a twist, when they said the good sister is the one that unalived the other dude, which means they both really crazy at this point, because why? Then too, why would you dress like your sister when you did it? Because she didn't have that lipstick on when she stabbed him. Did she stab him, or did she say the story? I can't remember, but one of them, some with a knife.